Guess do yoga poses and learn to love the lull and just breathe. Alright, I'm good, I think I'm smiling and nodding, but surveillance cameras caught me laugh maniacally, headbutting every obstacle. I've got to turn it off and pick back up when I am calm, even with an invitation. Boy, you gotta learn to knock it off. And do me one favor, remember the safe word. I get that passion motivates and crashes down like ocean waves, but tunnel vision's toxic, man. You're not John Henry, take a breath. That might sound harsh when you are used to head rub sprays and sugar cubes. I just hate to see you racing towards behaviors that we shouldn't reward. So slow down, focus, do yoga poses and learn to love the lull and just breathe. Alright, I think I'm smiling and nodding, blending in and getting on, but no, I haven't fooled the cameras in my camouflage. I'll take it off, and I won't spit on anyone, even with an invitation. Boy, you gotta learn to knock it off. And do me one favor, remember the safe word. And I have no construction crew to build this introduction tune, but it sounds...
Hey, yeah, as the title says, I fancy doing a little bit of work, and I wanted a way of keeping myself focused, so I thought, what better way of keeping myself on task than inviting people to talk to me whilst I'm working. Cool. To that end, let's bring on the screen. Yeah, it's pretty much all in the title. For anyone, thank you, Neutral Game. If anyone is in the Discord, they'll have seen that I have been working on a master controller for Karina's rig today, and I have another little bit to do to kind of mirror the Griffin master rig. So I'm going to do that now. She already has a master controller here, where essentially what I've done is I've mapped out a load of different poses that this box kind of refers to, and it's just like a nice, easier way of positioning all the elements and all the different layers that make up her head. So we've got bottom left, middle left, top left, and then middle, bottom, middle, top, and then again, but with the facial features reversed, and then bottom right, middle right, and top right. And what that looks like is all of this. So the software kind of does the interpolation, and I reap the rewards. So yeah, that's essentially what I've been doing today. And what I want to do this time is move her arms and shoulders as well on a separate master controller. So I can't show you exactly here, but Griffin has... Oh, I should be able to actually. Hold on, let's do this. Maybe. So his controllers are there, and there's one for his head, which is the same as what we've just been looking at, where it kind of does that. And then there's one for his body, which, as you can see, kind of changes which way his body's facing, and also goes up and down, which is useful. The up and down is less useful, to be honest, because that is fairly easy to kind of do the normal way, the traditional way, but I thought I would make it a bit fancier. So we're going to do that again for Karina. So I'm essentially just going to mirror what I did the first time. Three, four, five, six, seven. So I'm not really worried about the kind of the kind of shape of the arm, I guess. I am more just worried about the position of them, which I'm not doing properly, I've just realised. So we'll do it from that peg instead. What I might do actually is edit her hood front over here, because I think that could be placed a little bit nicer. That should be about right. And I'm going to copy that across all of them, because I'm going to need 15 of these frames this time to map it out. I needed 12 for the headmaster controller, but this time I need 15 for reasons I can't completely remember, but that's what I did on the Griffin rig, so I'm just going to, as I say, pretty much copy that. 1, 2, 3. See how that looks. Don't think anything's peeking out that shouldn't really, or anything that'll get noticed anyway, so that's fine. And then next one, we want them to still be kind of way they are, but a little more turned. Something like that. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. We'll do it again, but this time with the body kind of facing forwards. Thinking about it. Very impromptu roast. Yeah, thinking about it. I should actually be moving her hood and collar as well, which I didn't do for Griffin. Should I? I should. Okay. Let's figure out a way of doing that. I might have to redesign the way her hood works. Might need to make it more symmetrical, or figure out a way of moving them too, maybe. Oh dear. Yeah, my thinking with this stream was essentially, I know some people wanted to see the process of using master controllers, and I was in a position where the only thing I needed to do for this rig was what I thought was quite a simple master controller. So I thought I'd do that on stream, and then I could kind of refer to people to this so that I didn't have to kind of worry about like an hour and a half stream, just kind of faffing about and trying to relearn what I've already forgotten, which I've done anyway. But yeah, it is maybe going to be a little bit harder than I thought it might, because I forgot that Karina's like collar isn't symmetrical compared to Griffin's. So let's have a think, because with these you can't do drawing substitutions. Well, I will come back to it. I will think about it later. For the time being, I will just think about, I think. I'll do it as if it was fine, and then I'll fix it afterwards, essentially. Oop. Is his hands? Yeah, his hands change. I guess you can do drawing substitutions then. Okay. This is fine. I will figure out what I'm doing in a moment. For the time being, I don't know what I'm doing necessarily, but that's fine. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That might not be right. I don't think it is. Right, let's undo that. Selected piss coloured right arm. Selected piss coloured right arm. Is that like the whole selected piss coloured right arm? Right, yes, got it, because it turned, yeah, I'm with you. Okay, let's find the named palette, which might not be on here. If this isn't the right palette, which I've just found, then I will write it down on a post-it note and I will do it next stream. Yeah, it's not the right one. I will write down that colour request and I'll do it on the next stream when I know where I am, if that's alright. Yeah, it's warm in the UK as well. Just been out in it and I was expecting it to be mild, but it was a lot warmer than I wanted it to be. Right. What was I doing? Drop. They go up. Okay, that's fine. If I just move this back, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, that makes more sense. then I need it to be the other way around. Need to do that again. Actually, I can just steal those, I think. Yeah, that's fine. But then this time I'm going to bring it in. 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that's all I need to do for the arm, I think. And then for this one, more or less the same here, but we bring it forward. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's right, Alien. That's it. It was that impromptu. It was enough to catch you out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's kind of what I want. I just need to figure out the collar now, because I do need to figure out how to fix that. I might need to just completely redesign her collar this time, because I think what I did, because I definitely did drawing substitutions to fix his hands on Griffin's rig, and I'll have to remember how to do that, because last time I ficked around with master controllers was a while ago. And Karina's hood's always been a bit of a problem with her rig. I need to figure out how to fix that, really. Okay. Sorry if I explained this already. What does master controller mean? Yeah, so this one's for Karina's rig. The master controller is a thing specifically just to Toon Boom, which is the animation software that I use. Basically, it's just like a kind of it may as well be a plugin, I think. Like, it's official, obviously, but it was made essentially as a way of speeding up the process of placing all of these. So, for example, if I wanted to take Griffin's face and have him look in the top left, but I wanted to change it to the bottom right, I would have to get the face, and I'd have to twist it. I would have to do a bit of work on the skewing. If I was being fancy, I'd have to move it down, yada, 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 and I'd have to do it with the ears, I'd have to do it with the back of the hair, I'd have to do it with his head. But what I can do instead is use one of these master controllers, which you have to make yourself. And it's this one here, and essentially it's for this particular one there's 12 different poses that I've inputted into this, and it essentially the computer or the software automatically interpolates between those 12 poses. It says bottom left, middle left, top left, and then there's bottom middle, middle, and top middle, and then there's bottom middle, middle, and top middle, but the mouth and his hair is flipped, so you can just about see at the top here that the actual, like, it flips is what I'm going to say. And then there's bottom right, middle right, top right, and essentially it means that I can place it anywhere I want, and it's a lot quicker. And you can see as I do that, all of the frames that have something to move create a keyframe for me, so I didn't place any of these before I did all that. And yeah, it will save me a lot of time if I have a master controller for all the important bits. So I have one for Griffin's head and Karina's head, and then I have one for Griffin's, I've called it body, but it's more his shoulders and arms. So if I bring that one in as well, which is very nicely put on top. We have kind of lowered shoulders facing to the left, mid-shoulder, raised shoulder, and then we have straight on, and then we have, again, the kind of opposite, but either way you can raise it up as well like that. The raising and lowering of shoulders I don't think is actually going to be very useful or used very much, but it is, I don't know, it's there, I've done it now. So that's fine. And yeah, I'm just trying to do the same for Karina. I'm eventually going to do one of these for every one of the main 7, potentially main 9 now, if we're including Danny and Aaron. We will see how much of a pain this continues to be. But I thought I'd do it on a Sunday because I don't feel obligated to do any of my main projects or commissions. So I thought I would have a fake about. So where was I? So we've got all of those, except not on the right arm for that last one, so let's fix that. Yeah, definitely a case of a lot of work now for faster work later, which is like 90% of what I do at this point. But I mean, the more and more, it's one of these where like it might not necessarily. I probably won't like make animations any faster because of this, but I'll just be more kind of ambitious with some of the movements, because at the minute, if I know that I'm like, I don't know, by the time like I've made someone like bend over and laugh or like look to the ground and then look up like 5 times in an animation, by the 6th time I might in my head just go, well, maybe they can be off screen this time, and like if I can make it easier for myself, then maybe I'll think that less. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, see if that was the same, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cool, yeah, that looks right. So if his hands change on Griffin, I reckon I must be able to do the same over here as well. So let's have a look at that. So many of my Flash animations just have the mouth and face moving, so all my 3D animations, full body language. I love Rick. I absolutely adore Rick animation. I am not an artist in any way, so I can't do traditional animation or like frame by frame animation to an extent. I don't mind doing stuff like effects, like frame by frame, but if it's someone talking or facial expressions, I can't imagine it would look particularly interesting or particularly good. So yeah, this is very important to me. It is certainly the reason I'm able to put something up on YouTube every couple of weeks at the minute. So yeah, I'm very thankful for rigged animation. Right, let's have a think. So what needs to move? We've got the back of the hood and the front of the hood. Yeah, animation versus animatic. I still don't necessarily know the difference. I think it's used very like informally on Facebook anyway. The way that I think of it is like an animatic is essentially a storyboard or like an unfinished animation normally, and then animation is fluid and moving. But I think really you can call anything. Like I won't get upset if people call mine an animatic. But that's what I've always taken it to be the difference. Beep-beep-bitty. Yeah, they do look like a synchronized little group. Yeah, excuse me. Right, I need to change Karina's rig, I think. How shall we do that? Yeah, that I think is probably right. That yeah, if it's just key poses, that can it. I think it really is just up to whoever's done it. I think you can choose. I'm sure there's a good definition of it somewhere. Right, how do I want to do this? I'm going to try, and it's probably not going to work, but I am just going to try with... Attack on Titan is my favourite animatic. That's not true. I'm going to just try doing it with drawing substitutions and see how wrong it is. If it's very wrong, then I will redo it. Simple. It's such a messy rig though. It really needs just redoing altogether at some point, but I cannot bring myself to do that right now. Also, what happened to hoodie strings? Did I delete them at some point? Oh my god, has Karina not had hoodie strings the last few? Hold on, I'm just going to very quickly YouTube my own animation because I'm just terrified that that's something I've completely missed. I've accidentally like deleted her hoodie strings. Oh my god, I did. When did I do that? Are they in the first one? They are. Oh my god, when did I do that then? Right, well I've just discovered an issue with my own my own animation. So Karina's got like hoodie strings throughout all of the VTuber animation. And then we just go to the second one as well. Which was the second one? The Blender one. She doesn't have them in Blender. I can't believe this. Okay, well that's fine anyway. I guess Karina doesn't have hoodie strings, that's fine. Okay. I should probably fix that. There's so much I need to fix about these rigs. It's fine. I hope your animations bring the subject together in reality, and then they reference what an interesting team animatic they will make. Yeah, they've mentioned me in a stream, which is very, very cool. But no, they haven't been... Yeah, exactly. They haven't said like, oh, I can't wait for this to get animated. But that was a very, very cool moment in general. I can't believe they've just been missing the whole time. That's disgusting. It's Alien. There's like 11 viewers. I love you all deeply. I can't. I can't bring myself to do that. That's really annoying. Anyway, I'm just gonna pretend that never happened. Right, what was I on? I was on this one. To fill in that side. And I'm going to pretty much just redraw this layer. Maybe. Also, does the whole thing look kind of like on the piss? Well, anyway. We can say they like grew back in between animations. For my sake, can we say that? just going to put these in the center. I'm going to delete the shameful remnants of where the hoodie strings used to be. Cool, 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 cool. What I could do, I've not really thought about this before, but might make more sense. Would it? Maybe. Right, I'm just going to try something. And it might not work, but that's okay. We're all friends here. I am just going to remove the collar like that. And I am going to essentially add it on as a separate layer. Maybe. Oh yeah, and one thing that was quite cool that I learned how to do this morning as well is colour in layers, which is going to help me kind of find where I am a lot easier. I'm trying to get it to match, but I don't think I'm going to get it quite right. Okay, that'll do, that's fine. Cool, 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 cool. So, now what I can do is kind of aim it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just 14 apparently. Oh yeah. 2, 3. And then this one, we want it to be less skewed. And more to the right. What's happening behind it though? We'll never know. Right, that's fine. I know why it's done that. That's fixable. Which is all I want. I want problems that I know the answers to very quickly. I'm going to go for the front hood. We're going to fix that as well, because that doesn't need to look like that. I think that's fine. Do. Don't think that's quite center, maybe there. And we'll do 3 more of those. So this hood definitely needs fixing or changing in some way. So that's going to be an interesting issue in a bit, I think. Let's have a think. It's such a bad rig to begin with. Like, there's so many issues with this one, and it's like fine to work with for what I'm using it for at the minute, but trying to recreate this now at the issue, it's such a pain. guess I've just never had Karina looking like dead at the camera before. Is that right? Can that be right? I mean, I've not noticed that she's not had hoodie streams before now, so. And then we will change that one. Up like that. But then we will fix that as well over here. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this, but I am feeling extra lazy at the minute, so we'll just see if it works like this with the least amount of effort possible, and when it doesn't, then we will fix it and we'll make changes. Right, so we want that one, but we will flip it. Like, well, not like that. And then move the neck over there. Is there a bit of a skew there before? I don't think so. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3. Let's bring the hood in front there. Move that a little bit more so it fits in with the hood. But let's do it better. Maybe. Let's see how that looks. That's looking all right. It's looking fine. And then let's fix the collar over here as well. If I just bring the collar in front of the hood, does that solve all my problems? Kind of. A little bit. Not hugely. Oh, I've moved the wrong one. Hold on. Okay. Let's see how it looks. Whether it looks good or not, we will find out together as a group. We can support each other through this. So, at that point, and this isn't going to be... Hold on. Let's also fix her hands, because I'll just have to do that in a sec anyway if I don't do it now. Okay, so that's fine, that's fine. That time, we want it to be the back of her hand, which I do have, luckily. It's going to throw a fit for a second there. Lovely. And then we need to change her hand at that point to be the clenched fist. Okay, and now our hands work as well. Okay, so we've got 15 poses. 5, 10, 15. And we're going to create a master controller, or use the master controller grid wizard. I think I created that one for this exact thing. So let's see how that works. So, because I've made one with Griffin already, this is the grid for this one. So we've got the first frame goes here, second frame here, third frame here. And that's how it kind of shows, or how it kind of knows where. Because there was that square is the master controller. This is the way that it kind of understands where to interpolate between the poses. The idea of having like a smaller gap in the middle is so that when they're facing like face on, it's not as much as when they're facing side to side, because I use 3/4 perspectives more often. There are 296 different layers that it's currently reading to create these poses. If you click this one button, it filters that down to only 36 apparently at the matter. We will call it Master Controller, Karina. I think I called the Griffin one body, so we'll do that. We will put it on this layer. I called it body turn with the other one, but that's fine. And let's see, very tentatively, if that worked. Okay, so there's already an issue, but that's not as bad as I thought it would be, so that's fine. And thinking about it, I think I might know where one of the issues is anyway. So we've got bottom left. Oh, well, yeah, to be fair, there's not a huge amount wrong with that. Like, the collar moves better than I thought it would. The neck seems to work. The main issue is you can see the kind of layers of her arm aren't quite right. I mean, this one's actually fine, more or less, I think. But then this one you can see there's like a bit of a break there. Just need to do a little bit of mental gymnastics to figure out why that's wrong. And also you can see in her collar there's an issue there as well, so I might need to get rid of some elements of the hood, I think. But ultimately I thought it was going to be worse than that, so I am fine. Yeah, I think you're probably right. It should just be a case of putting the collar back, and then also I need to maybe get rid of that black line there as well. But at any rate, that's not too bad. So let's figure this out. We will delete it, because to make any edits to it you have to delete it and start from scratch, which is a fun concept. I'm really glad that that's how they chose to do it. So let's have a think. It was between these two that there was an issue. So if I have that a lot more forward, maybe not that much forward. I have realised as well when I built the controller I did it slightly wrong anyway, so that's fine. Right, we'll have it that much forward to play it safe. Kind of in front of the head, and we'll move the head in a sec. No, we won't. No, that's going to cause issues with the other rig. Right, let's not do that. Right, we'll bring it forward just before the head. Something like that. And then okay, right, let's fix everything. So over here, the main issue I was having was with that one line, and I think that line's gone now, so it should be fine, more or less. We want to bring this forward as well, but not that much. Okay, right, so that is not the way of fixing that then. So let's go back to these, go one back. instead of bringing these ones forward, we'll bring this one back slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really overdo it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. I've already forgotten where I was, so we're just going to have another look, see what that looks like this time. This time we're not going to grab the whole rig because that's going to register their head position, which isn't what we want. So we'll do it from here, I think. We want to create a master rig, master controller rig, grid even. Use the body turn one, cuts that down to 10. Call it that again. Save over the last one. And see how it looks this time. Okay. So that is right, that is right. That is kind of right, that is still wrong. I'm not quite sure right. The collar looks better, but it's still not perfect. So let's have a think. If we bring the collar forward a layer, that might help with that. I think also it moves over to the right a little bit too fast compared to, I mean it doesn't at all on that side, so definitely. Okay, right, well I will change that as well. Okay, cool. Need to find a way of making it so it doesn't do that though, because that is messy. Like ultimately and hopefully small things like that wouldn't make a huge amount of difference, because they only make a difference now because as I'm like scrolling through it, this is going to be whatever it is, like 24 frames ish, I guess, kind of from here to here. But like I tend to do movements just as 4 frames, so if it's a little bit messy, it's not the end of the world, but I don't want to create problems for myself in the future, so I will try and fix this as much as I can whilst I'm in the mood to, and for as long as I'm in the mood to. So, and it's why I'm just going to do like one stream like this, I think, for master controllers, and then I can refer people back to it, because it's not the most interesting thing to watch, I don't think. Finally remember to check for tangents. That is probably very good advice for someone that knows anything about animation terminology. If you could expand, that'd be lovely. I don't know what that means, unfortunately, and that is purely my own fault. I am not educated in animation at all, unfortunately. I might be one day, who knows. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ugh, okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's more drawing terminology. What in drawing terminology? What does it mean? I think what I'm going to do is just move tangents where the lines almost meet up with another, or 3 lines come together. Yeah. Okay, cool. I knew what a tangent meant in like maths, which I am more educated in than animation, but exhaust the eye, how to interpret what's going on. Okay, cool. So the collar isn't moving as much as I think it needs to, so let's go 1, maybe shear it a little bit like that. 2, 3. And then this one wants to shear even more. Maybe not that much though. Boop-boop-a-doo. If you think the physics diagram of the classical object is spinning a circle. Yes. Yes, I think I know where we're at. Are we talking about things like this not quite meeting up? Is that maybe what we mean? I can't tell, sincerely. Where are we? Or even better things like this, I guess. Okay, then I am lost, and that's fine. Oh dear. That is, I would like to reassure anyone listening, that is the pub outside binning their glass bottles, and not me throwing a fit because of this rig. Okay. I am, again, a little bit lost about where I am, so we are going to build the master controller again and see what needs work doing to it. Oh, okay. Well, like the control points. Are we talking about like these? Here is kind of a tangent, but it doesn't look bad like tangents do sometimes. Okay. Okay, at any rate. Whoops. Whoops, why is that affecting her hair? That's not right. Well, at any rate, it's wrong. Well, the collar works now, but it's all just the drawing substitutions that aren't quite lining up, which is a shame, but also not the end of the world. Taja, you can still go to bed. There's not an issue with that. Rose has very kindly just sent a tangent reference in the Discord, so I'm just going to quickly have a look at that. You can fix tangents. Okay. Shift the line and push the line back. Yes. Okay. I see. I think. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Okay. That's like more... I think that's more like... I don't know. There's a chance it's more theoretical than I've ever been about art. And as much as it is clearly good advice, it might not be something I'm ready to start worrying about at this stage. But I see what you mean now. Okay, cool. And it's a cool thing to learn. It's not one I'm going to retain for a while, I don't think, but that is genuinely a cool thing to kind of have to think about. So, my issue at the minute is her arm is kind of moving across a different layer or a different z-axis speeds, which is the issue. So I'm just going to have a look at the Griffin one, because that is an already working one. Well, interestingly, there's no difference for Griffin's arms as such. So, how did I do that last time? So let's look at the z-axis on this one. So we've got 0, 0, 0. Right. Okay. Oh god, why? Why does that matter? Okay, why have I done that? Right. 200, and then 300 the other way. Oh god. Okay, right, let's let's do something. Okay, let's get rid of all of these. In fact, let's get rid of this one as well. And then does that still work fine for these? It should, and it does, so that's fine. I mean, maybe that'll work now, just as it is. Let's also delete all of those, just in case that's where I'm coming up with an issue. Copy these across just to triply check and make sure that there's no movement. And then maybe that is all I need to do. Who knows? I haven't worked with master controllers very much, so this is very much a learning experience for me. Thank you for joining me for for some reason. Hey, and very nicely, or very interestingly, Bug Hunter has just made a post on Twitter, which some of you might have already figured out at this point, but for anyone who hasn't been paying particularly close attention over on Twitter, the secret project I was working on for 3 weeks was an animated music video. He has just tweeted about it now. If you want to go over and show him some love, feel free to. But coming out on Saturday, I think, is a new Bug Hunter music video for a song called Two Bed, Two Bath and a Ghost. I am very proud of it, very excited by how it looks. Taja, apart from Alien literally talking about yesterday how they've just jacked in Twitter or deleted the Twitter app on their phone maybe, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell by talking to you. But yeah, that is something for everyone to look forward to. It's going up on Bug Hunter's YouTube channel, but I will be posting about it on mine as well, so that will be... Is jacked in not a... Is that a Britishism as well? If you pack something in or you jack it in, that's... No? Okay, that's fine. Right, let's see if this works this time. There we go. Whoops. Not like that. Okay, right, let's, fingers crossed, see how this works. Nah, there's still that bit, but I don't really know why, so I might not care. Is the simple solution potentially to this issue. It really is unlikely to make an issue, and if it does cause an issue, I should be able to fix it kind of as I'm going. I think it might be more work now than it would actually save me in the future, so that might be kind of as it goes. Right, well, we now have two lovely controllers for Karina and her rig. So we'll name that Karina's controllers, like that. We want to put that in there. Let's fix where they show up because I don't like that. Want them kind of side by side-ish. If we use this one, we can kind of bring them in a bit. Put them close to us so I don't have to zoom out and find them every time we use them. Put them on the left. And potentially, that is all I need to do. Let's go here. And yeah, easy. That is a new Karina rig. Lovely. Yeah, I saw Alien I think Alien figured out what was happening between me and Bug Hunter over the last few weeks. But yeah, it is a very exciting thing that's going to happen. I will make a post about it momentarily, I think. Closest thing to jacked in I've heard is surely not... Yeah, no, not that. It's not that. Yeah, and it's not Matrix either. But at any rate, I might have made it up. It might not even be a thing in Britain, and I've like bastardized packed something in. Do you say packed it in? Do you say pack it in? That might be it. I don't know. At any rate. Cool. Well, I think that's probably going to be it for today. Thank you for joining me on, as we said, this very impromptu stream. I will be back again tomorrow, actually, 3:30 in the afternoon UK time, which I think is noonish for some Americans, and then 9ish on the far end. I don't know. I said that with any kind of confidence, but normal time tomorrow. And I will see you then. Thank you for joining. Yeah, take care and piss out. Bye.